bombshell lawsuit. It's been looming over our industry like a gray cloud since 2019.
Something big's happening in the residential real estate space.
We will no longer have sellers paying buyer's agents in the next 5 years.
There is a National Association of Realtors commission rule that every seller has to pay out 2.5% or 3%.
Class action is a scary word.
Imagine you're a middle-class couple. Your home is your biggest asset, and you're ready to sell it. You find a buyer, but that buyer has an agent. The buyer's agent negotiates against you. Then they get you to drop the price of your home by $10,000. And even though they worked for the buyer, and they've worked against you, you have to pay their commission. How would you feel? This is exactly what happened to Joshua Sitzer and Amy Winger in Kansas City, Missouri. They sued. They sued the National Association of Realtors, and they sued some of the biggest brokerages in America. This case raises some big questions for US real estate. Why does Inman call this a bombshell lawsuit for real estate commissions? How is this lawsuit different from Christopher Moehrl's bombshell lawsuit? And what will happen if the NAR loses? Will buyer agents have to pay back the commissions to home sellers? Will real estate agents become obsolete?
This video is brought to you by Hoseo, America's most advanced home buying and selling platform. Americans across the nation are saving on commissions with Hoseo.com. You can too. Check out Hoseo.com on the web or the Hoseo mobile app.
On the 14th of November 2017, Joshua Sitzer and Amy Winger sold their Kansas City home. Their home was listed on Heartland MLS. Their buyer had an agent. Sitzer and Winger paid that buyer agent a 3% commission from their sale. Sitzer and Winger paid the buyer broker, even though that the broker represented their buyer's interest and worked against them. I couldn't fully confirm the numbers, but it seems that the agent negotiated the price down by $10,000. Sitzer and Winger still had to pay that buyer's agent a commission of $17,700. Sitzer and Winger did not like this.
Oh God, please, no! No!
They felt like they were being forced to pay the buyer broker commission because of a National Association of Realtors rule. Sitzer calls this the Adversary Commission Rule.
Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Isn't that right?
Yes.
On April 29th, 2019, Sitzer and Winger sued the National Association of Realtors, America's largest trade association, and they sued some of the biggest brokerages in America: Realogy, Home Services of America, Remax, and Keller Williams. The lawsuit also names 4 MLSs and the brokers who own and operate these MLSs as co-conspirators. These are Heartland MLS, Mid-America Regional or the Maris MLS, Southern Missouri Regional MLS, and the Columbia Board of Realtors MLS. And it's a class action lawsuit. The class consists of all similar home sellers who sold their properties and paid a commission since April 29, 2015, and continue to do so. The NAR and the corporate defendants have attorneys who have strong expertise in defending trade associations, all the way up to the Missouri Supreme Court. The plaintiffs are being represented by 3 different law firms, all of whom have a record for settling multi-million-dollar class action lawsuits. 9 new plaintiffs joined the Burnett lawsuit. Joshua Sitzer and Amy Winger's lawsuit has gone through 3 major amendments. For reasons not publicly known, Joshua Sitzer and Amy Winger dropped out of the lawsuit they had started, but 9 new plaintiffs joined the lawsuit. Scott and Rhonda Burnett from Kansas City, Ryan Hendrickson from Belleville, Gerard Breet from Indianapolis, Scott Trupiano of St. Louis, Jeremy Keel from Kansas City, Shelley Dreyer from Carl Junction, Holly Ellis from Ozark, Francis Harvey from Columbia. Honorable Justice Stephen Bough. The judge in this case is Justice Stephen Bough. Justice Bough graduated from the University of Missouri, Kansas City School of Law in 1997. He went on to work at multiple law firms before opening his private practice in 2006. President Barack Obama nominated Justice Bough in 2015 to serve as a district judge for the United States District Court for the Western District of Missouri. The Adversary Commission Rule. The Sitzer-Burnett lawsuit revolves around the Adversary Commission Rule. NAR adopted this rule in 1996. The Adversary Commission Rule requires the listing broker to offer a blanket unilateral commission to buyer agents. The rule goes on to say that making such an offer is necessary. Another rule states that MLSs shall not publish listings that do not include an offer of compensation expressed as a percentage of the gross selling price or as a definite dollar amount. This effectively requires the sellers to offer compensation to the buyer agents to get listed on the MLS. According to the Wall Street Journal, the Adversary Commission Rule is a potentially illegal tying arrangement under the Sherman Antitrust Act that keeps buying agents paid, though they offer almost no useful services. Adversary Commission Rule plus rebate bans equals no price competition. The lawsuit points out that both Kansas and Missouri have laws that prohibit buyer brokers from offering rebates to home buyers. The US Department of Justice notes that such laws further eliminate any competition between the buyer brokers. According to the Consumer Federation of America, when an anti-rebate law is combined with the coupling of listing and buyer brokerage commission rates, as required by the Adversary Commission Rule, there's just really no hope for effective price competition on the buyer's side. Buyer brokers steer buyers away from low commission listings. The lawsuit further accuses NAR and the corporate defendants of incentivizing buyer brokers to steer buyers away from low commission listing. NAR's response. On August 5, 2019, the NAR and corporate defendants filed a motion to dismiss the Sitzer-Burnett class action lawsuit. NAR claimed the defendants were explicitly permitted by the US Department of Justice to limit membership in an MLS to persons who make offers of cooperation and compensation to other members of the MLS. That's when the DOJ intervened. The DOJ stated that NAR inaccurately portrays the DOJ's terms and that the NAR's policies at that time were not subjected to antitrust scrutiny. On October 16, 2019, Judge Bough denied NAR's motion to dismiss. He stated that the plaintiffs' allegations were sufficient to maintain that the defendants and the co-conspirators knew of, complied with, participated in, and benefited from the Adversary Commission Rule. On April 25, 2022, Justice Stephen Bough granted the class action certificate to the Burnett case. On May 20th, 2022, NAR filed a response to the class action lawsuit.
Look at these readings.
In their reply, NAR denied most of the allegations made by the plaintiffs, stating that there is no conspiracy, as alleged, and that NAR policies are pro-competitive. How is the Sitzer-Burnett lawsuit different from Moehrl's Bombshell lawsuit against the NAR? The Sitzer-Burnett lawsuit is very similar to the Moehrl lawsuit. Both lawsuits are class action lawsuits with multiple named plaintiffs. There are 9 named plaintiffs in Sitzer-Burnett and 8 in Moehrl's. The classes of similar sellers from April 29, 2015 in Sitzer-Burnett and March 6, 2015 in Moehrl's lawsuit. Both lawsuits name the NAR, Realogy, Home Services of America, Remax, and Keller Williams as defendants. Both lawsuits challenge the implementation and enforcement of the Adversary Commission Rule. Moehrl just calls it the Buyer Broker Commission Rule. Here's where the Sitzer-Burnett lawsuit differs from the Moehrl lawsuit. Jurisdiction. Sitzer-Burnett lawsuit covers only 4 MLSs across 2 states, Kansas and Missouri. Moehrl's lawsuit has plaintiffs joining from all over the nation, 20 MLSs across 15 states. Damages. The estimated potential damages in the Sitzer-Burnett lawsuit are $16.2 billion. That's huge, but the potential damages in Moehrl's lawsuit are a staggering $54 billion.
It's not just big, it's huge!
Class action certification. The Sitzer-Burnett lawsuit has already received class action certification. Moehrl has not received class action certification yet. What would happen if NAR loses? If NAR loses, the potential damages could be huge. Assuming an average sale price of homes in Kansas and Missouri of $200,000, a 3% buyer-broker commission, and about 900,000 homes sold since 2015, the damages could be $5.4 billion. Under Missouri antitrust law, the court can award treble damages. That puts the figure at an eye-popping $16.2 billion. Home buyers will have to pay the buyer agent's commission. Most buyer agents could be rendered obsolete. Remember, more than 90% of buyers start their search online. Why can't they complete the entire transaction online? Shares of real estate giants like EXP, Remax, and Realogy will nosedive. But most importantly, if the NAR loses here, it would set a legal precedent for all future cases. That would open up floodgates for sellers to sue the NAR and brokerages if they have ever paid a buyer agent commission. The hearing of the Sitzer-Burnett v. NAR class action lawsuit is set to begin in February 2023. What do you think? Will Burnett win? Or will the NAR win? Let me know in the comments. And subscribe to our channel so you can get updates on this lawsuit and the Moehrl Bombshell lawsuit. Thanks for watching.